Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's videos we will discuss about heat exchanger simulation by using ANSYS Fluent or Fluent ANSYS whatever. And for the variants of heat exchanger that we will work on is using the concentric tube heat exchanger. Here's the summarize that I already do for the calculation based on theory that we already learned in the heat transfer class. And with this parameter that we will already set here, we will following this parameter for our simulation. There's two different liquid that we will use: water liquid and engine oil. The water liquid is for the cold domain, and for the engine oil is for hot domain. And with these two different sides, we will do the comparison for the results between the calculation based on theory and the simulation using ANSYS. Okay, let's just go straight to the simulation that I already opened the ANSYS. So first we need to do the project schematic for our heat exchanger simulation. We need geometry and also the Fluent. I will use Fluent with Fluent meshing, so it's more be easier to using this Fluent with meshing. Why? You will know along with we do the simulation. Okay. So geometry and the Fluent geometry we will drag and connect it to the meshing here. Okay. And then of course, before we can do the simulation, we need our geometry. Uh, the geometry that we will have for the inner tube diameter. The heat exchanger is like a tubing, so the inner diameter uh, is 0.5 meter, and for the outer diameter is 1 meter, with the length of the tube is 6.3 meter. And for the cold region, the cold domain that will go through the outer diameter in the tubing, and for the hot domain will through the inner diameter. It's okay, I will do the sketch map drawing. I also provide I will provide you the sketch map drawing, so you can follow the sketch map to do the geometry. Okay, so let's go. Open this geometry and express geometry. Okay, so we already create the tree of our geometry for the heat exchanger. Okay, so like I said, the water diamond will be on the outer diameter, and for the oil domain, we will the oil diamond will be at the inner diameter. Okay, and then we already have geometry. What the next step that we need to do is to define the surface, not the surface, the boundary condition for of heat exchanger, like where uh, the inlet of the water we will go through the tube, and then the outlet in the outlet water, and then the wall that will separate this both fluid, and all the boundary that we need to define. Okay, so to do that we need to go to the group. Okay, and then what you need to do is to put choose. Okay, let's do first to do define the inlet water. So the inlet water will be in here. Water. Wait. Okay, for the simple, I will just let's do the water domain first. Okay. So here's the water domain, and then for the inlet water, we will be at here. You can choose the surface here, and then create the name selection and type the name selection inlet water, and then for the outlet water will be in here. Outlet water. Okay, and then we have the outer wall to keep the fluid stay through flowing through the tube. So there will be the outer wall here, wall, and then there will be the inner wall to separate the both fluid. Okay, that's for the water domain, the boundary condition for the water domain. Okay, and then go to the structure. Then we can hide the water domain and do focus on the oil domain. Okay, for the oil domain, so but anyway, the concentric tube, there's a two type of how the fluids flow through the tube, which is the counterflow and the parallel flow. The counterflow is when the inlet for the both fluids in the each other side. Like if we do the water inlet in here, and the inlet oil in here, this these types of the concentric tube called the counterflow type, counterflow type for the concentric tube. But if there's the inlet and the oil, I'm sorry, the water inlet and the oil inlet, it has the same flow through here first, and then go to here. This flow type is called the parallel flow. These two different types here is provide us the different results. So uh, you need to define your parallel type first. Okay, and for this simulation we will do is counter flow types. So we already set uh, the inlet water here, so the outlet for the inlet oil will be here. Okay, so let's go, hide the water domain and then focus on the organization for the oil. Okay, here for the inlet oil, H, and for the outlet oil will be here. And then to separate the both and both of fluids, there will be a wall here. Oops. Inner two. Okay, there you go. You got the name selection here, and you can just merge the inlet oil. I mean the inner wall for the water sides and the inner wall in the at the engine the oil sides. Okay, how to do that is you can just click here and click here, control plus left click, yes, left click. Okay, control plus left click here, control plus left click here, and then choose the merge, and then you got the inner wall that already merged into one boundary condition. You can see the merger, the inner wall. There's so the inner wall will be have two face. Okay, for the water domain and the oil domain. Okay, after that you finish in this in this section. You can just close or maybe just save. Nah, I will just close it. If you want to save, just save it first for backup, you know. Of that, we already faced in this section to design our heat exchanger. And now for the next step is to do the meshing. Okay, here you can choose for the meshing process because I have a high end notebook. I will do 6, but usually you can go for just 4. Okay, but if you have the high end spec, you can go more than 4 to speed your calculation. Okay, after that, just set as a default and then go start. Siritai, siritai aja. Okay, for the meshing, you can just follow for each step for the meshing. So the answers will provide you the question, and you only need to fill the question for your needed. Okay, so it's more simpler than doing by your own. Okay, first just import geometry here, just follow the workflow here. Okay, first you need to import geometry here. Okay, 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 okay. Wah, ada ayo yoi. Selamat pagi. Okay, here the geometry for your heat exchanger. And then next step, would you like to add localizing? I will do the default. Okay, if you need to add the localizing, just press yes, and they will giving you if you give you another question and you need to answer it. So I will go to the default here, and then for the generate surface mesh I will do the curvature. With, to control it I will go 10 for more precision meshing. Okay, and then generate the surface mesh. There you go. So the what you call the little the more the lower value that you put here will give you the more tiny of meshing, and the more tiny mesh that you do will give you or provide you the more precision result. So whatever in this I will do the default. Okay, just do maybe you can just set default. Okay, you can add the surface mesh. You need to describe geometry. So we already defined the fluids. Okay, so the can choose here the geometry consists of only fluid region, because I don't put the I don't generate the solid regions for this simulation. So the geometry will only fluids through the tube. And therefore the change of fluid boundary types from wall to internal, we don't want to change the internal to change from wall to internal, because the if we change from wall to the internal, the both fluid will be mixed. So we need to separate the both fluids. Okay, so you can choose no. And then do you need apply to share topology? Yes, because if you choose, because there's a clearance, and not clearance, I mean there's a separator between these two fluids. Okay, so we need to do this share topology to define the separator here. Okay. Because if you do not share the topology, the region will not the region of fluid that you already defined before will be not shown in here. So you need to share your topology to so the regions so the software may manage to or able to define your fluid region. Okay, so here describe geometry, apply share topology. Okay, okay, then for the update boundaries, because before we already update our boundaries condition for this heat exchanger, so the software will automatically what, define the parameter that you already do in geometry before. You can just check verified is the boundary that already automatically updated by the software is right or false, true or false. So here inlet oil, inlet water, inner wall, outlet oil, and outlet water. Okay, so because the inlet we will do is mesh rate, mesh flow. So you can choose here mesh flow inlet and mesh flow inlet. Actually it's okay, it's not if you want to stick in velocity inlet, is it okay, because you will redefine it when we do the setup for our heat exchanger. Okay, so just update boundaries, and here the software will automatically define your domain that you already set before in geometry. Okay, you can just update the regions. And then for the boundary layers, so the fluids for each fluid there's separate each boundary layer can choose the number of layer for your fluid regions. The more high, the more precisions. I will do the default setup here. Okay, just add boundary layer and then go here again as the surf volume mesh to define for meshing the volume of your geometry. I will do the polyhascore because this is the best method for the volume mesh for our geometry. And get the volume mesh, and then the software will do the meshing, and I need to update my I need to upgrade my notebook. And there you go, the volume mesh, and you already finished for the meshing your geometry. Here the boundary layer, because you set the three boundary the for the boundary layer is 3. What's the true of boundary layer for your region, fluid region, fluid domain, whatever you call it.